I'm Alexander Sirigiani, mole on the right hand, penguin duck birthmark. Not sure this is just a theory, but there may be ways to identify natural causes of genetic mutation resulting in cancer versus unnatural causes, such as these radiation weapons and these satellites with gamma radiation that they emit to threaten and harm and abuse people covertly, as well as give people cancer covertly. With these gamma radiation weapons, you may see large scale genetic change in the genome since they're beaming large amounts of radiation at the body, and that may cause large amounts of mutations, um, and more than typical mutations that arise spontaneously or naturally, even in the cancer. Because once you become typical mutations that arise spontaneously or naturally, even in the cancer. Because once you develop cancer, you lose, you get mutations in repair genes, for example, and you become tumor suppressor genes, and you become more open to mutation because you're no longer able to repair the defects in the genome. So potentially, one could potentially study how many typical mutations arise in cancer patients and what's the average number in a large population of people, and then maybe you could find a number and then compare you know, such to compare genetic change to potential people you think are victims of this gamma radiation terrorism, and they may have a substantially much larger amount of genetic change and genetic alteration this than a standard cancer patient who has developed all sorts of mutations due to cancer. There may be a difference. I don't know. It's just a theory. I'm just logging it, random material logging. I already sent some stuff to some hospitals to look into. It's just oil. But yeah, food for thought, something to ponder, something to explore. There could be something there, there may not be, but maybe the amount of mutations you see that arise naturally and arise in cancer naturally, may be the number of mutations that arise in any cell, um, may be much lower than the amount of mutations that arise due to someone firing gamma radiation at someone and just basically, excuse me, and someone basically just frying someone's genome. There may be a way to distinguish pathologically. Oh well, this genetic change is due to cancer versus this is genetic change is from gamma radiation and that's how the cancer evolved as opposed to a natural mutational process in which the cancer evolved, um, such as just random mutation or mutation due to UV radiation. Maybe the gamma radiation can cause a much larger scale genetic alteration and change, and maybe there's a way to identify that. I don't know. Something to explore. Food for thought. Random pondering. I already logged in a document, but I'd look into it. From a quantity, amount of number of mutations seen. There may be an average number, or there may be a certain amount of mutations you may find if you were to examine a bunch of patients with cancer. And there may be a certain amount, and then if you're finding stuff that's way abnormal or deviates from the norm substantially in certain people, they may be victims of these gamma radiation weapons. May.